pressure.
Oke guys, lanjut ke game kedua ya, antara Selangor Red Giants melawan Yusun. Kita lihat aja guys ya, match point buat Yusun guys.
More than 100 days since the last game. Number 2
kita lihat aja ya.
right now.
Sekais masih pakai Fanny dan MP The King, dia pakai Banget jungler ya.
So right off the bat we are looking
Banget jungler kemarin dipakai pas final MPL Cambodia, ngeri banget guys dia guys. MP The King ya.
They will be ending up their entire jungle rotation by the gold lane. So there could be a very high chance that we are going to be looking at very early aggression coming from both teams. It really kind of depends on how they will want to play this out.
I say though, I mean, Ra has been so efficient on this Valentina. Even game 1 performance, right? You would think that normally Valentina steals penalty zone, but he has been so good with Way of the Dragon. Guy plays Valentina like he is Cho as well. So far, the jungle path for both junglers is going to be inverted, so they won't bump into each other.
Santai dulu guys ya.
Crown will have to back off, concede the lane pressure a little bit to Sorian Felix.
So coming in, of course, looking at the Harif versus the Roger, it kind of seems as though that the Harif gotta have to really respect the Roger quite a bit with all that pokes and aggression from Soul, pokes and aggression from Innocent. Soul is just pretty much stuck underneath the turret, but this pretty much means that Sekis might be able to find some good opportunities to just dive onto a Harif if his HP eventually goes down to an all-time low with the massive amount of pokes that's capable from him.
Cram is just under immense pressure thanks to MP the King. Of course, this level 4, just like game 1, will be very volatile. A lot of big ultimates form both sides to take objectives. And whichever jungler gets ahead is going to have that lead. Quantum charge onto MP the King, so not the Imperial Race that I was expecting. Both supports also wanting to hit level 4 off of that mid wave. Cram continuing to be put under pressure.
Pretty sad that we haven't really quite seen the long term, but in the meantime, Cram started the fight.
Flicker penalty zone of shadow dodge. The guy now has an opening. Return penalty
zone.
Oh, Ra, that's 2 for see you soon. We talking about Ra, just so good on the Valentina, continuing to deliver. That's 3 for see you soon. Double kill for the Lapu Lapu.
Oh, that's not good at all. Unfortunately, Sekis just literally just jumped into a standard array of abilities and just kind of threw himself over to hungry pack of wolves. Kind of sad to see, but hey, it is what it is. And Selangor Red Giants, unfortunately, will suffer their first defeat of this game with a 1-3 scoreline, giving the total over to Yusun too.
Very, very unfortunate. See, I mean, right now for SRG. You gotta slow down a little bit, right? Even just replay, the guys felt like they had a good opening. They didn't even get the kill onto Boxy, which is the biggest slap in the face. They took out the jungler, but lose 3 in return.
Kind of looks like an ultimate fiesta up in the top lane, where Yusun just decided to take every single one of the ultimates that they have, as well as, let's not forget about Ra's stolen ultimate from onto the side of Cram. They're just tossing right out, and they're not gonna give a single damn as to who's gonna be there, what's gonna be the prioritization.
Wintel udah diaman kena Innocent ya.
They were all just kept together in such a small coagulated area, and it's just very unfortunate positioning altogether.
Yeah. Final flash, finding Boxy the King. Carries it on right here, comes the deadly cash, and Cram again penalty zone, finds Boxy the King, finds the primal ram. He is gonna eventually pop the stolen final slash to keep the guys away, and
langsung katrot guys ya.
At the cost of Cram.
1-for-1 EXP for the Roma, unfortunately. So pause 5 and pause 4, you know, that not that big of a deal, but see you soon will be able to find that opportunity to try to push out the top lane just a tad little bit to give Lapu Lapu a little bit more gold, and that is something that Lapu definitely wants, right? Especially with the new War Axe, we would want to see this Lapu Lapu go completely crazy once he's got that into his arsenal.
Sky Piercer done for Sakai's, War Axe purchased by MP the King, Enchanted Talisman for Ra. One of the best Valentina performers I've seen, or at least we've seen today. So at least for SRG, they're not too far behind, just a measly 1,000
udah daman currently Stormy ya.
Still very much within recovery range. Yep.
I believe that with this upcoming total as well, Yusun is definitely going to be trying to contest for it. Sekis is just going to be coming in real soon, but Cram...
Cram's control for days on end. So guys, finds
lah, MP The King yang dapat.
Secure by MP the King.
Hampir aja guys.
land.
I would say that there's definitely going to be some finally good trades to a certain extent, but because of the fact that it didn't manage to get a turtle, it just kind of thrown everything completely off guard. It's a +3 for a +4, so we can definitely expect a little bit more from the side of Selangor Giants as they slowly try to get themselves back.
Sekais. Hey.
Waduh.
Boxy the King. Buset, nice banget guys. Itu dia guys ya. Selagi masih ada energi, gasin aja guys.
With all of the turrets plating already taken out by 5 minutes into the game, I'm pretty sure that we can expect the Selangor Giants will want to be extremely aggressive with all of their movements and positioning thus far. They have been putting themselves right onto the map and constantly trying to take more of these river control as time goes by, especially with Sekai being extremely aggressive with all of these kills. Even though he's not taking a lot of kills per se, he's been really throwing himself out there to just kind of bruise up the enemies as much as possible.
Even doing some limit testing on the top side onto MP the King, right? Just one full combo, that's half his health gone.
Half HP, yeah.
Didn't have the
but now he's also picked up the Blade of Heptases too.
But the execution in target's very apparent, right? If I can get on top of Rise or so, that would be optimal. Stolen ultimate, stolen Aurora ult. See, Yum's gonna find Ra, who so far has played an immaculate Valentina game, despite having one death. Innocent forcing out the bravest fighter from Sorian Felix as well.
I wouldn't say that any one of these teams is currently having their back against the wall. It really just comes down to a punching match whereby both teams are currently really testing the abilities of their own skills, how much damage that they are really able to bring out over to the side of their opponents. So this is kind of like a testing phase, if whether they are online yet or if whether they are able to really burst someone down, because we don't necessarily see a lot of batteries here. But in the meantime, Dooms immediately lose the flicker.
Oh, Felix follows out with his own flicker land shaker. Trying to fight Cram mano to mano. Yum's able to get away. Felix now in a red zone, able to be saved by So Innocent. Still trying to fight on. Turtle also underway. Split fights everywhere. Cram keeping Boxing the King around. Fights the 2-man penalty zone.
MP the King yang dapat bos.
Still gets the Turtle, and Cram unfortunately might be given away. It's So picking up the kill, and See You Soon stops SRG.
The third objective in a row that unfortunately Selangor Giants hasn't been able to get for themselves. As See You Soon has been pretty methodical with every single one of their movements, albeit a little bit scrappy still, but they know exactly what they are trying to go for. They have got a system whereby they are just going to be focusing onto the objective. Take control of the river. Wherever that they see, they would just try to go in because they're not too afraid of being punished at all, considering the fact that Selangor Giants, the only thing they gotta have to look out for is the final splash coming from Yums as well as Stormy's shots.
Stolen purple buff, but MP pays with his life. Sky Piercer's stack granted to Sakai.
It's 2-7-6. Manageable level for Selangor Giants. 2,000 gold lead for the side of See You Soon, and all of the turrets are still standing up tall. The only difference is See You Soon's middle lane and the bottom lane tier 1 turrets have suffered quite a bit of chip damage. So I wouldn't be too surprised that the amount of split push potential from Selangor Giants would eventually get themselves some of these money bags lying around the Land of Dawn and put themselves right back on the map to really threaten See You Soon's potential in winning the mid game.
And I see Ra just picked up the glowing wand as well. See You Soon still ahead in terms of goal, but definitely not as big of a lead as they would have wanted. Waiting for the first Lord to spawn though, that's where the turning point was for game number 1. SRG definitely a lot more in control, right? They're not being forced into these scrappy fights, they're not taking that risk, they're not running into See You Soon and trying to fight them to the death. A bit more controlled.
A tad bit more controlled, yeah. Especially since See You Soon now no longer has the link that would just jump in and run out completely unpunished. Well, Selangor Giants, they still have the Fanny, so they still have that kind of element of just jumping in and out for no apparent reason kind of thing. But it is still an act of bruising. You're able to find out information with no repercussions.
One is down. Back.
Boxy.
Jump finds the flip. That is Yums. Surely gonna go down.
Soul.
Lycan Pounce gets the kill onto Soul. Looking for reset. Sakai now joins the fight. It's a push and pull, bait and swish. It's in and out for SRG. Innocent in the back line.
Innocent gelo. Ini dia guys, ketika King of Roger dikasih Roger guys ya. Buset. Ayo lo. Ayo lo. Balik sih guys, gak kuat guys itu. MP the King terlalu kuat bos.
Played around, chasing the Roger, missing the skill shot. Sakis joins in. He refocuses his target only onto a cable flying Fanny. Unfortunate. I mean, we're talking about Bane after all. It definitely takes time for him to eventually be able to walk up to someone, especially with that big belly of his. So, see you soon. Missing out quite a bit of kill potential there, but regardless, it's not that big of a deal. Selangor Red Giants did manage to pull themselves right out of the ditch, though, putting themselves right about 500 gold lead on top of See You Soon.
And final slash, Foxy the King onwards to dash. Crabpaw Clan and starting to hurt as well. The Earth Shadow onto the guys. Final Wrath committed.
Boxy.
Resources. Dash this frozen combo from Stormy to find a kill on a Boxy, but Innocent. He's going to cut penalties off of Crab to save Innocent. And allowing Surkais to come in for the kill. But Surkais ends up going down. MP the King finds a double kill. Innocent with the execution. Finds the combo. Finds the timing.
Felix tipis banget.
Vision from Soul. And ends up escaping. The only person left alive on SRG.
Oh man, a nail-biting situation whereby Selangor Red Giants Innocent is just playing his micro game and just hoping that he will be able to turn things around. It definitely comes to the point whereby he could have outplayed Felix at that point in time, but Soul came into the fray and completely flipped the script around. But luckily for Innocent, it didn't go down there.
Lord pertama udah level 2 guys. Jadi bisa langsung disikat guys ya. Udah bisa enhance juga bro. Soalnya turret milik SRG gak ada yang tumbang guys. Gelo. Gelo banget guys ya. Kan sekais. Yums. Waduh. Langsung mati guys ya.
Unfortunate, but now Innocent, he's just gonna try to get his way out of that, and unfortunately have to expend his flicker. But not that big of a deal, since they do have a lot that will be marching in the bottom lane.
Cram just cleared out the top wave, but might be cleared as well. Penalty zone, flicker, flip back, Boxy.
Kan MP the King.
MP the King gets assassinated down bot, but Cram will have to be traded back. See You Soon though, not able to do much in the top side because minion wave not in their favor.
They smell blood in the water and they are swimming right into the face of Cram. They knew that they gotta have to get out of that fight with a single kill as the least amount of trades that they gotta have to get out, that they gotta have to get for. So at this point in time, Selangor Red Giants, they did manage to get on par with See You Soon. Definitely the closest game that they can have against See You Soon. So we're definitely going to be looking into how the late game is going to pan out for both of these teams. See You Soon definitely have got quite a bit of potential, considering the fact that they do have a Bane with crazy amount of burst damage as well as great aerial denial from the side of the deadly catch. And when it comes down to Ra, he's able to steal quite a lot of skills that could be very pivotal to team fights, such as the penalty zone or perhaps even the final slash, to really cater to what they really need in the team fight in the later stages.
Innocent decked out in items as well. Great Dragon Spear, Rose Gold Meteor. First inhibitor down for See You Soon. Bottom side, courtesy of the Lord. So you can assume both teams are just going to wait for the third Lord to spawn and fight over it. Actually, the second Lord, in fact. First Lord took quite long to take down.
Yep. And to add on top of that, that very first Lord that Selangor Red Giants managed to get for themselves is not only just getting all of the outer turrets, albeit they did miss out the outer turrets in the top lane, but what's the bigger bonus is the fact that they did manage to bring down the inhibitor turret in the bottom lane, which is not something that you would naturally expect from the very first Lord. So I would take that as a very big win for Selangor Red Giants. They no longer really have to care about the bottom lane all that much, while See You Soon, they have to put a lot of attention down the bottom lane, especially since there are money bags down in the bottom lane as the two turrets.
Innocent's gonna take care of the top tier 2 as well, opening up the map bit by bit. Last out the tier defense of See You Soon demolished. And SRG prime control, right? When you have a side lane open up without an inhibitor, that's where heroes like the Fanny can really go to town and really start taking kind of start pulling you apart, playing the map, playing the side lanes.
This is where Selangor Red Giants also apply a little bit of that mental damage over to Siusun, because Siusun really have to constantly keep an eye on the bottom lane. They need to have very good map awareness.
Sabar dulu
make
guys
sure
ya.
that, okay, bottom lane is taken care of. We are able to clear out the bottom wave fast enough for the next objective, because the Fanny can always come in any time, either in the Lord's Pit or perhaps even in the lanes to kind of push out the entire waves. As you can see soon, they do have the Lapu Lapu that is situated in the middle lane, ready to kind of push down the bottom lane whenever it's absolutely required. And Fanny can always jump back into a Lord's Pit if they so absolutely needed it to.
You can see the intention of Siusun. They refuse to let the Lord fully reset. They can rush it down and threaten Sakai's to show up and not continue to push that bottom lane. So in the end, it's a full reset initiated by SRG. Final slash does miss. What's the king? That's the flip of the Innocent. Gets away. Escorted out by Stormy. Some resources out from both sides.
Primal Wrath also going to be initiated for Siusun, so we are lacking quite a bit of damage potential that Siusun could be putting out for this match. Well, Lapu Lapu is still preoccupied in the bottom lane to kind of deal with all of that.
Bloodwings sudah diamankan oleh Ra.
Sakis is not seen in the map at all, so this sneaky beaky action may actually reward them handsomely.
Ini bisa aja Lord penentuan loh guys. Lord kedua ya. Guys muncul, woi. Buset, Sakai. Buset dah, bang.
Buset,
waduh, belum bisa mati. Stormy pun mati guys. Tipis banget. Betul guys. Buset. Oke.
Both teams trading blow for
blow,
but it's again coming out on top.
Ayo lo.
It should take a while. It's just a waste of time.
Set dah.
On
Felix lebih memilih ngamanin minion guys ya. Nice banget guys.
But in the meantime, it's also really tough for Fanny to be able to go for any form of assassination attempt. As we saw that he went one-on-one against Soul, and it didn't come out all that beautiful for Sekai. I was hoping for sunshine, rainbows, and butterflies and such for Sekai as an assassin, but he got kind of outscaled by Soul, especially with the Zaman Force, the massive amount of shields that's constantly regenerated for this Harif. This Fanny can't go for instant kills.
Dia pamer kabel gitu guys konsepnya guys, anjay lah.
This is still dead even. We reached critical point, the point of no return. Still second Lord.
Still a long way to go, I suppose. But see you soon. They're finally making a mark on this Lord's fight, and they have all 5 men poised and postured for this fight going on. Now, how about Fanny though?
Set Cramnya guys.
Cram's gonna throw his body. Stormy commits everything, gets one-shotted.
Sakai'snya.
Goes down. Sakai seems to be around, but can't get close to the Lord. He wants to run away. Ra on the chase, can't find him. Innocent. So isolated. One shot. With the help of Yumes. And Innocent.
Banget, kita lanjut ke match selanjutnya next day guys ya. Bye bye.